Bulgarian, better known as Bulgarski Jezik, is an Indo-European, Slavic, South Slavic, and Eastern South Slavic language. Other Slavic languages include Croatian, Serbian, Slovak, Czech, and Russian. Bulgarian is written using the Cyrillic alphabet, which is also used by Russian, Ukrainian, and other Slavic languages. Bulgarian is spoken in Bulgaria, whoa, who would have guessed, and throughout diasporas in Romania, Albania, Greece, Russia, and Ukraine. There are an expected 5 million native speakers of Bulgarian throughout Bulgaria and the rest of the world, although other estimates place the number higher and closer to 8 million. While the language may appear insignificant to more commonly spoken Slavic languages such as Russian, it is rich historically and linguistically. Here's an example of Bulgarian being spoken.
Пчелите тръгваха за мед. Над маргаритките за чудо се спускаха красиво пеперуди. А край гората замък цял. Дали живееше в него крал? Или пък рицар? Или княз? Едва ли. Живееше в неговите зали. Мравникът от горските ливади. И всекидневно стари, млади излизаха от ранина между тревите за храна.
As always, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and follow us on social media as your support is greatly appreciated. Now, let's begin our timeline. Our history begins somewhere around the first half of the first millennium AD, and this is when we can find evidence of an early semi-nomadic group of people called Bulgars. While much debate exists on the actual origin of the name and the people in general, a popular belief is the name Bulgar, first being referenced somewhere around the 4th century AD, is derived from the Turkic word bolha, which roughly translates to mixed group of people, implying the Bulgars were a band of various ethnicities and backgrounds. Although, some people believe that this is just Western propaganda and should be taken with a grain of salt. This group of people was eventually led by Khan Kubart, who helped to establish Bulgaria just north of the Black Sea in what is now Ukraine. The first kingdom established by the Khan is today referred to as Old Great Bulgaria. Around this time, linguists will point to the emergence of pre-literary Bulgarian. After the Khan's death, many of his people dispersed throughout the Urals of Russia, while some moved south towards modern-day Bulgaria. The Bulgarians we know today are comprised of early Bulgars, Slavs, Greeks, and other migrants who settled during the Middle Ages. The official state of Bulgaria can be traced back to 681, and it was during this time that the Bulgarian people began to be influenced by its neighboring faction, the Byzantine Empire. Because Constantinople was geographically close to Bulgaria, it didn't take long for folks to spread the Christian sect of what we now know as Eastern Orthodoxy. An important turning point for the Bulgarian language was around the 9th century AD, when Saint Cyril, a Christian monk traveling to modern Bulgaria and Russia, prescribed the Bulgarians with a writing system closely related to the Greek writing system. This alphabet would become the Cyrillic alphabet, adopted and modified by Bulgarians, Russians, and even Mongolians many years later. We have now reached the point linguists refer to as Old Bulgarian, also known as Old Church Slavonic. Bulgaria would eventually be under Byzantine rule for about 100 years when Basil II violated the Bulgars and became known as Basil the Bulgar Slayer. The Byzantines would rule Bulgarian land from 1018 until 1185 AD. Eventually, the Bulgarians said, "We've had enough of this bullshit," and revolted in 1185. Between 1185 and 1396, the Second Bulgarian Empire emerged. During this time, linguists have theorized that the Bulgarian language morphed into what is now referred to as Middle Bulgarian. During this period, Bulgarian underwent many linguistic changes, such as the termination of using locative, instrumental, and genitive cases, as well as changes to nasality and general morphology in day-to-day speech. Internal conflicts within the Second Bulgarian Empire would eventually leave them vulnerable to Ottoman rule. And in 1396, the Ottomans captured Turnovo and subjugated the Bulgarian peoples. During this time, many Turkish speakers migrated and settled in Bulgaria, which would lead to the spread of many Turkish loanwords. It's important to state that many Bulgarians have strong feelings against Ottoman rule, and in the late 1800s, Bulgaria once again had enough of their foreign rulers and seized an opportunity to leave the Ottoman Empire. In 1878, the Treaty of San Stefano was signed and proclaimed an autonomous state of Bulgaria, which would now correspond to modern-day Bulgaria. Let's discuss some more linguistic features of the Bulgarian language. Because of its close proximity to Russia, many people often mistake Bulgarian for Russian, which can lead to a few raised and disappointed eyebrows if you happen to find yourself speaking to a Bulgarian. This is primarily because they both share similar morphology, the same writing system, loan words, and have somewhat similar grammar structures. Although when compared to Russian, it appears simpler grammatically because in Bulgarian, cases are no longer relevant, while Russian still maintains its 6 cases. Although it does have its own set of pronouns that are not shared by other Slavic languages. Bulgarian also utilizes a definitive suffix, which is not found in Russian. An example of this is the word woman, which is pronounced žena, when turned into the woman becomes ženata. It is important that learners of the language understand that the suffix varies depending on plurality and gender of the noun. Bulgarian nouns can be split into masculine, feminine, or neuter. Some nouns referring to masculine humans or feminine humans, such as boy and girl, fall under predictable genders, but for the most part, nouns in the linguistic gender have little to do with their inherent gender roles they play in society. Further, Bulgarian follows a subject-verb-object-word order, and much of its vocabulary is tangible to other Slavic languages, with some influence from Greek, Latin, Russian, and Turkish. That being said, many Bulgarian speakers can understand a fair amount of what Russian speakers are saying. Let's take a look at some phrases and expressions in Bulgarian. Hello.
Добър ден. Здрасти. Здравей.
My name is Michael.
Казвам се Михаил.
Where is the bathroom?
Къде ви е банята?
How much does it cost?
Колко струва?
My cat doesn't have water.
Котката ми няма вода.
To learn more about Bulgarian or to learn about our other languages, please visit kojilanguages.com and be sure to subscribe and like our videos to help us provide more insightful and entertaining content on YouTube. That's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. До виждания!